Hey class, and welcome to Church History 2. My name is Richard Ovater. I'll be the professor for our time together during this summer term. This is my third time teaching Church History 2. I enjoy this time frame because we see a lot of what we practice in our current tradition really develop to its fullness and really come to fruition during this time frame. So Church History 2 covers around 1517 AD to present day. So around the time of the Reformation until today. Just want to take a moment to introduce myself. I've been teaching at CCBS for a little over a year now. Um, and I have my Master's of Divinity and Master's of Theology from Southeastern Baptist Theological Seminary in Wake Forest, North Carolina. Uh, Before that, I went to Appalachian State University and received a BS in Business Administration. And then I also currently work as an office manager for a logistics firm. And I'm also a part-time youth pastor as well. And so I'm looking forward to our time together this term as we begin to just walk through the developments of the church from 1517 to present day. I hope that you find it interesting and valuable and that you learn something about it and that you have a greater love for God and His church at the end of the term. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact me. My phone number and my email is there on the syllabus. So either way you would like to contact me is totally fine. If you have any questions, please let me know. If I could pray for you anyway, please let me know. Right now, I want to take a few minutes to go over our syllabus and just walk through that together. And again, if you have any questions about the syllabus, let me know. All information that you need to know about the class can be found in the syllabus. But if for some reason you can't find the information you need there, again, please let me know. So moving to the syllabus, this is Church History 2, GE 202 is the course descriptor, and as the course description says, it's a survey of the Christian church from the Reformation to present day. So again, AD 1517 to onward, and there's two required textbooks for this class. One is Gonzalez's The Story of Christianity, Volume 2, The Reformation to Present Day. That is the main textbook for this class. It's very easy to read, it's very simple, but it's very informative and it covers a lot of detail as well. So it's a great work, a great textbook for you to use. And it's going to be the primary textbook that we'll be using. And so when we get to the exams, I'll talk about those in a moment. Those will come from the lectures and the textbook. So when we say textbook, this is the book we're talking about, The Story of Christianity, Volume 2. The other book that is required for this class is called The Valley of Vision, a collection of Puritan prayers and devotions. So we're going to talk about who the Puritans are in the next coming weeks. But what this book is a compilation of different prayers and devotionals written by Puritans. And they've been compiled into this one book called The Valley of Vision. And so it's broken up into 10 sections. And while I'll explain the assignments in a moment, but I want you to be able to see this book and use this book as a devotional resource to help your prayer life, your devotional life, your meditative life, your contemplative life, just to have a good, solid Christian resource and means to turn to help fuel and grow your Christian life. Again, my personal philosophy in education is not just head information, but heart. I want what we do here to affect your life, not just your intelligence. And so I hope you'll find that work interesting and beneficial. And so next up, we're going to review our course objectives. And so upon successful completion of this course, you'll be able to recall key figures and dates from church history, explain and summarize the contributions of those key figures to church history, identify major events and themes that help mold the church to where it is today, analyze and interpret primary sources from the time of the Reformation until today. And then lastly, understand lessons from the history of the church related to its mission and theological orthodoxy. So very similar to the Objectives to Church History 1. Again, we're just continuing this story, this journey together from the time of the apostles through today. And so, in order to accomplish these objectives, in order to measure these objectives, we'll do those through several course requirements. One of those is exams. So, exams, you have a midterm and a final, or a first exam and a final exam. Both are non-cumulative, which means that, say for the final exam, I'm not going to be asking questions from material from your first exam. So these two tests are self-contained therein. And so those dates are in the schedule at the end of the syllabus. It's also in Populi as well. You'll see those. They'll cover material from the lectures and from the assigned readings. And there will be objective and subjective questions as well. So there will be an essay question, and I will email that out the week before so you can prepare. There won't be any lectures or anything during the week of an exam. You'll just be able to have that week devoted to taking that exam. They are open note and book, but that's not open internet other than to be able to actually take the test. And so, like I said, open note, open book, no phone a friend, no anything like that, no extras in terms of that. But you will be able to use your notes in your book. You'll also be doing biographical sketches. These are brief biographical papers on central figures of church history. They're to be 2 full pages in length. If you give me something that's 1 3/4, you will be docked because the requirement is 2 full pages in length, double spaced, following the Turabian format. There's going to be a total of 4 papers for you to turn in. You can see the schedule for the due dates and for who they are. But what I want you to do is tell me the contributions of each person to church history. Tell me what makes that person that person. And so don't give me information like this person's favorite color was blue, this person was born in 1519, this person liked pizza, because that doesn't describe the person, that doesn't identify the person, because there are millions of people that were born in that year who likes that color and who likes that food. Give me something specific to them. You know, Martin Luther, for example, nailed the 95 Theses to the door. So stuff like that. Of course, you'll need that general kind of biographical information, but I need information related specifically to that person. I should be able to read your paper and identify who you are talking about without you ever actually mentioning the name. And so in order to accomplish this, I want you to consult at least one resource outside of your textbook and be sure to cite it in your bibliography. These are papers. Thirdly, we'll be journaling, and so you'll have weekly journal entries due based on your readings from the Valley of Vision. The Valley of Vision, like I said, is composed of 10 different sections, so I want you to read at least 3 from each section and journal your thoughts about the theology present in each prayer. Each weekly entry should be 250 words. So, for example, next week, you'll have journal entry 1 and 2 due next week. Each one needs to be 250 words apiece. And so there will be weekly due dates for those. You can see the course schedule. It's already up on Populi as well. So, again, don't overthink this. This is you journaling. This is you putting your thoughts about what you've read down on paper and submit it. And so, again, this be at least 250 words about the reading from each section. So, again, any questions, let me know on that. Also, discussion participation. So, this is an online class. We miss getting to meet together physically. That's why there is this discussion requirement. So, each week, you are to share your thoughts and ask questions related to the readings and the lecture. So, each week, your responsibility is to have an initial post in response to my discussion post. and you're to respond to at least one other person's comment. This discussion participation is vitally important, and this is how attendance will be marked. That's how I will know if you showed up for the day, is by you completing your discussion participation. Then lastly, we have a sacraments report. So I want you to present a report on how Martin Luther, Ulrich Zwingli, and John Calvin viewed the sacraments of the Lord's Supper and baptism. I want a 5-page paper where you're comparing and contrasting them with one another and providing a summary evaluation of each, and letting me know which one you believe is the most valid. Which one do you agree with the most? And if you do not agree with any of them in any way, you need to be able to defend that as well. So like I said, 5 pages in length following Turabian, and analyzing the views of Martin Luther, Zwingli, and Calvin, analyzing their views on the sacraments of the Lord's Supper and baptism. Next up, you'll see the course evaluation there. Exams, 50%. The sketches are actually 20%. The journal is 10, discussion poster 10, and the sacraments project is 10. The only thing you need to fix there is the biographical sketches. Those are 20%. You see the grading scale, you see the attendance. Again, that's going to be marked by your discussion board. So if you don't respond to that, not only do you get a 0 for that, but you also are considered absent for that week as well. There is the late work policy there, and penalized 5 days or 5 points per day. Not received within the 1 week of the due date, you'll receive a 0. If for some reason you may have been given an extension on an assignment, some kind of extraneous situation happening, just know that all assignments will be due by August 25th. So that's the latest you could ever turn in anything and still receive credit. Again, no one should be turning in assignments by that date. Everything should be turned in before, but just do know that everything is turned in by the 25th. If it's not, it's automatic 0. And then you have our plagiarism policy and those kinds of things, and then followed by the class schedule at the end. And so just to kind of give you a breakdown of how each week is going to look, I'll have a weekly lecture posted, and along with notes to go along with that. So you're to watch the weekly lecture and repost, and then respond to the discussion post about it. And so again, I'll be emailing out and posting these weekly lessons with a video and the notes to watch. Be sure to keep up with your reading as well, because you are tested on that on the midterm and final. So if you have any questions, please feel free to let me know. The next video that you'll watch is going to be our lecture for our first week. I'm looking forward to it. Take care, guys.